A while ago, I saw a comment on my video, "Screw AI, write your own book." This comment stood out to me because it was short, but extremely straight to the point. And that was, it would be a waste of time to write a book. And when I thought about that, I had to come to grips with two major ideas. One, not everyone's a reader and writer. And two, the value of our stories depend on the audience themselves. Whether it be a book, an album, movies, or even something as small as a journal, these things tell stories depending on how we view it. And when I thought about things such as my first album, the first ever book I've written, or even anything of the like, I had to consider why I value that medium so much. And then I came to the realization that it's not the stories that invoke that feeling, but rather our experience with it and how we viewed it, whether for the first or the most recent time. Being able to enjoy that process opened my eyes up at what is genuinely possible in this world. And I'm here to tell you exactly why, that it's not a waste of time to do anything, if at all. Our stories, even the ones you're living right now, deserve as much value as it possibly gets. Hello, I am Arnel Arcega, and I'm one of the healthiest authors and writers on this platform. I love making content about reading and writing, and if you want to do either of those mediums, then check out my Instagram down the link in the description, or my books down there as well. For now, I want to discuss the value of storytelling and how this medium changed my life forever, and where it all begins in every root of the word. I thought about how stories have this genuine, magnificent feeling about it. Whenever we read a fictional story, the details are so crucial that you honestly can never forget them. Here, I'll open a random page from 1984. Quote from page 92. "A sense of helplessness took a hold of Winston. The old man's memory was nothing but a rubbish heap of details. One could question him all day without getting any real information. The party histories might still be true. After a fashion, they might even be completely true. He made a last attempt." Even though this scene was discussing his own political view of the government in that world, it's about how we consider those moments, those smaller details in our everyday life that moves us forward in the way we think. Often, it's not the extremely long videos that change my life forever, but the smaller ones, the one that gets straight to the point, like that comment, and how those invoke this emotion in me to change. I've been struggling with the idea of creating content for this channel for a while because of how information and educational content there is. Everyone is already telling all these educational stuff, so why does my voice matter? And I'll tell you what, when I started this idea of writing my own book, all the way back in my freshman year of high school, I had to come to grips with the idea that not everyone's going to enjoy what I read, but I must. I must be able to look back at this moment of time with genuine, fond memories. It's like going to a new house, leaving that elementary or middle school, and experiencing the next stage of education. It's about leaving something behind in exchange of something new. And that's what all stories do. Whenever you finish a book, you are finished with the world it creates. And while you can jump to the sequel or anything after, you have to understand what you read is simply that. It's a story with a finite beginning and a finite end. I noticed that every aspect of my life tells its own story in more ways than one. And where I am now, I have to consider that specific chapter. Where am I in this story? Am I getting close to the end, or am I starting a new beginning? And where does that lead me to in every sequence? One of my favorite examples of sequences comes in the case of albums. This right here is the first ever album I've ever heard. Gorillaz' self-titled, I listened to back when I was 12. I'm 16 now, but it's crazy to me that this was the one that started it all. And being able to sit back and enjoy what began led me to the road where I made this video now. While stories have a finite end and a finite beginning, same with this video, you'll see that we have a desire to return to them because there's something involved that leads us back. And that something is the details. As I've explained in 1984, those smaller details are the ones that create the stories that we love. And when I thought about writing my first ever story, I knew it'd be simple, but I wanted the details to shine. I wanted it to make the audience feel what I feel, to make what the person I wrote it to feel what she feels. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I believe the value of storytelling is. All the amazing artists, creators, and even you yourself have the ability to create a story in your own mind that shapes the way you view the world. And with our own free will and our ability to view things in multiple perspectives, it's a beautiful time we live in now that I feel many of us either don't appreciate or don't understand. Journaling has helped me a lot in this field, as when I think about how my life has changed over time, I journal it again and again. And I want to be able to remember that for a good while, because when I think of the days and the entire story behind said day, I want to enjoy those details, how that can change my view. The smaller things in movies, or even the small sounds in albums, TV shows, and the small words in books. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is what defines stories, because we have something that the story is giving us. We have something that we want to desire out of a said story. And that's why people enter our own lives. We have friends, lovers, siblings, family for that reason. We all may have just came out of nowhere, but these people we share a similar story to. We share same family, similar experiences, similar moments. And I love writing about it because everyone, no matter who you are, how low you go, how high you begin, deserves a story. And that is my mission as an author and writer, to tell as many stories as humanly possible without burning myself out. So now, with that perspective in mind, I want to thank the commenter who wrote that. I want to say thank you for reminding me that people do value storytelling, but not in the way we think. It may be just that, yes, it is a waste of time. Sometimes there are movies and other things that we shouldn't touch, if at all. But if we want to become better people in the long run, we must enjoy the story at hand and put in as much value as humanly possible. And the way I do this is by writing about it. Tell the story you want to tell. And even in the moments you fall and the moments you rise, you must always keep moving forward. A strong, wise man falls 8 to 9 times, but he always gets back up by the 10th, 11th, and so on. He keeps getting back up because he knows that there's an end that he must resolve. And if he wants to get what he wants done, then he must keep going until he physically cannot. And that is the best story you could possibly tell. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm using this as a way to value myself in this channel a lot more frequently. I want to do a lot more artistic things while still keeping this channel as much about me promoting my own business. So if you want personal help in your own stories, then check out my Instagram, down the link in the description, and my books down there as well. I am Arnel Arcega, and until next time, keep on reading, keep on writing, take care.